Hello, and thank you for inviting me to be part of your event today. I'm Louise Palmer, Operations Manager at Agricultural and Farming Jobs, and I'm here today to talk to you about some of the things that we do, the type of work that we recruit for, and how we can potentially help you when you're in a position to be looking for work. There will be an opportunity for questions at the end. So, the objectives of today are to provide you with an overview of our business, tell you about what specialist divisions we recruit for, and tell you about the types of roles within those specialist divisions. I'd like to tell you more about how a recruitment business operates and how our jobs board works. I'll also tell you about what a recruitment consultant would expect from a candidate and tell you about how we're different from other high street recruitment agencies. At the end, I'll provide you with contact details and information on how you can register with us, either now or when you're ready to look for work. So, Agricultural and Farming Jobs was established in 2013 by Kate Moxon, and it was originally a one-man band that has now grown. Kate started working in recruitment many years before that and found that agriculture and farming was where her passion lay, and that's why she decided to establish her own business that related particularly to agriculture and farming recruitment. We are the trusted recruitment partner of choice to the industry and work with leading organisations both in the UK and internationally. Some of the work we've done recently has been for Canada, Poland, and Australia, but the majority of the work is UK based. We have a specialist and dedicated headhunting recruitment division, and they recruit for jobs in our specialist divisions, which I'll talk to you about in a short while. Our specialist jobs board offers an alternative recruitment solution for clients who perhaps haven't got the money to spend on a full headhunting opportunity, but still want to advertise their vacancy with us. So they get the benefit of the candidate database that we have. And if they do advertise with us, those candidates will get job alerts to let them know that there is a new job available for them. So our specialist divisions: agriculture, farming, horticulture, food and fresh produce, animal health, veterinary and equestrian, and machinery, technical and engineering. So to differentiate between the divisions for our recruiters, we look at agriculture as roles within the agricultural industry, but not those specifically on a farm. So those we would put under the farming heading. Horticulture, for those of you who might not be aware, is the agriculture of plants for food, comfort, beauty, and decoration. So, quite a lot of our horticultural roles will involve growing for perhaps garden centres or nurseries, but this also includes all of our sporting venues, so golf courses, turf, and greenkeeping. Food and fresh produce is particularly buoyant at the moment, and we do get a lot of different vacancies from the supply chain, buying up to packing. And animal health, veterinary, and equestrian is fairly new to us. We have a new recruitment consultant who specialises in veterinary work, and so this particular division is a growing division at the moment. And then one of our well-established divisions is the machinery, technical and engineering side. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the types of roles that we might get within those divisions. I'm not going to read through each one because I'm sure you're perfectly capable of doing that yourselves, but just to show you some of the types of roles that you could go into when you qualify or graduate. So we do get graduate jobs in most of our divisions and also apprenticeship and trainee jobs. Within agriculture, that could include also college and university jobs, so agricultural lecturer jobs. We also recruit up as far as director and quite often recruit for sales roles and sales director roles and MD roles. We've also done a lot of work recently with a new bank that's been established purely to supply loans to the farming sector, and have had several relationship manager roles within the banking industry. And we also look at estate and surveyor roles. So that's agriculture. Farming. So farming, this typically would be your hands-on roles and working on a farm. So that could be the farm administrator. It could be up to the farm director, farm consultant, but it can also include your general farm worker roles, any driving roles, HGV roles, sprayer roles. We also will cover roles within marketing and sometimes farm retail shops as well. Bear with me a moment. Okay, horticulture. So horticulture, there's lots of different roles within this industry. And as I said before, we also include our greenkeeping within this sector. So we've had many roles recently around growing and specialist growing, particularly certain types of plants, flowers, alpines, and these might be for companies who are supplying to garden centres or actually the garden centres themselves. We also get involved in turf management and anything along those lines, and jobs within glass houses, buyer jobs, trader jobs, selling jobs, purchasing jobs, and anything within the particular supply chain. So, food and fresh produce is quite an interesting sector at the moment. The huge supply chain has many, many different roles that could be covered within this sector. And again, we will work right up from the production line, picking, packing, right through to MDs, operations managers. There are an awful lot of roles in this sector that would relate to buying, trading, selling, and it's a very, very important part of this particular industry. So, newer sector, the veterinary sector, where we also encourage vacancies within animal health and equestrian. So, this could include roles within yards, stable jobs, groom jobs. It can be anything at all to do with animal feed and nutrition, whether that be monogastric, ruminant, feed additives, supplements. And we also look for qualified vets, veterinary assistants, jobs within veterinary practices, and anything to do with animal medicines. There's also an area in this division for pet products. A lot of money people spend on pet products and pet foods. And as I said before, our equine roles. So our final sector is the machinery, technical and engineering. This is probably one of our most established sectors where our senior recruitment consultant who manages this is very, very successful in what she does, and will quite often be recruiting for operator jobs, perhaps parts people jobs, service jobs, anything to do with agricultural dealers, agricultural manufacturers, so the big tractor companies, and anything that might involve machinery to be used either on farms, within agriculture, or within horticulture. There'll be plant jobs, technician jobs, and service engineer jobs. So you're not always static with roles within this sector. You could be out and about with a field-based role. So, how a recruitment business operates. We have a dedicated recruitment consultant who manages each division and is responsible for sourcing suitable vacancies and candidates within their division. So, they can be either vacancy led or they can be candidate led. They will initially work with the client to gain complete understanding of their business, their brand, their culture, their values, and the full job requirements. It's as important to us that we find the right person for the role, as well as finding somebody with the right skills and qualifications. It's very, very important that a person's values and behaviours are also considered so that we can see whether they would be a good match and a good fit for the particular company we'd be looking at placing them in. They will advertise the job anonymously on our own website, where registered candidates receive a job alert. We're very active across all of our social media platforms. We use other partner job sites where we also advertise and will gather applications from there. And we can also do CV job site searches. So if you are looking for work, it is useful to upload your CV to some of the other sites as well. What they then do is sift, screen, and interview applicants, selecting the most suitable candidates to be put forward to the client. This is usually a fairly quick process. So if they've got candidates that they're already aware of, they will usually go to them first before they go externally to headhunt. They're also then responsible for managing the whole interview process, booking in interviews, whether that be face to face and Zoom, and being the middleman in the offer process. So if salaries need to be negotiated or other terms and conditions, they will be involved in helping that process along. We charge our clients a small fee to work up front with them, but we don't charge them anything else until the successful candidate starts work. At no point is there any charge at all to the candidate. We can also proactively market a candidate out to our client database. So if we had a particular candidate who we thought we would be able to place easily, we can market them out anonymously to our clients. And again, there is never a charge to the candidate. All of our fees come from the clients who would hire you. We pride ourselves on being passionate and forward thinking, and will always go the extra mile to make every experience a positive and successful one. It's really, really important that your consultant gets to know you, gets to know your skills and experience and your motivators to help you find the perfect match. So, how our jobs board operates. We set up the jobs board to run alongside the recruitment because not all clients can afford the fees that come with a recruitment opportunity. So, this is so that we can offer a cost effective solution and so that we still get additional jobs advertised on our jobs board that you are welcome to apply for. So we're passionate about supporting our specialist divisions and firmly believe that recruitment services should be available to everyone regardless of their requirements and budget. So that's why we opened up our popular jobs board. So we hold top spot on Google for many of the keyword searches that relate to agriculture and farming, and work very hard to make sure that we maintain our position with our website content. So we allow clients to advertise their jobs on our jobs board as a more cost effective means of advertising. So what that means is if you can see a job advertised on our website with the client logo, then they're using it as a jobs board. If you see a job advertised with our logo, then it's generally a headhunting role where we will be doing the first sifting and interviewing. Registered candidates receive job alerts for all new jobs advertised, and you can set those as either daily or weekly. And we will always still share all of these jobs across our social media. So it's important that you follow us on social media as well. And we use Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So candidates are welcome to apply for any of these jobs in the same way via our website. And the only difference is you don't get an allocated recruitment consultant proactively searching for candidates. Okay, so what we would expect from a candidate. The most important thing to us is communication. If you register with us and want us to help you find a job, we would expect to be able to get hold of you and for you to return messages. Sometimes our clients need jobs filled pretty quickly, and we need to be able to get hold of you to see whether you are interested in the role, want to be able to be put forward for the role, and for us to be able to get in touch with you if the client wants to interview you. Another really, really important thing is honesty. If you aren't interested in a role or you change your mind when you're partway through the recruitment process, that is absolutely fine, but please tell us. The worst thing is for you not to turn up for an interview when we're expecting you to, or for you to turn down a job once it's been offered. That puts us in a very, very awkward situation with our clients and does mean that we could potentially lose future business if that's how you behave. We would much rather you told us up front if you weren't interested or if you changed your mind. Attitude is really, really important. The right attitude to work and personal values are probably the most important thing an employer will look for. You need to be able to show enthusiasm, commitment, reliability, and an absolute passion for your chosen career path. And this can be with doing things outside of college in your own time. Hobbies, interests are all important on a CV as well. And you must make a good first impression. They always say you never get a second chance to make a good first impression, and that is so very, very true. We will support you with CV guidance and interview tips. And as long as you follow our advice, we're absolutely sure you will do your very, very best. We've got many, many years of experience between us, and we're here to help you make that good first impression, particularly at the moment where many first interviews are actually done over Zoom and video. It's really important that you listen to the advice for those types of interviews. Remember what your background is looking like. Make sure you're in a quiet area where you won't be disturbed, and that you dress as you would have had you gone for an interview face to face. So, why are we different to a high street agency? So, not all recruitment companies work in the same way, and not all will have a good reputation. We are very, very aware that some recruitment agencies do have a bad reputation, and we wouldn't want you to be put off by what you might hear about others. So, this is a specialist industry. There aren't many specialist recruiters within this industry, and we do pride ourselves on being able to secure fantastic jobs within the industry and build ongoing relationships with our clients so that they come back to us with new positions. Our recruitment consultants are specialists within their own fields and are able to quickly and expertly match candidates to vacancies. Our one recruitment consultant who handles veterinary and equine, for instance, has her own horse and a small holding where she has other animals. So she's very, very into the industry and very competent in her subject. We work hard to attract the right talent and are growing our relationships with the specialist colleges and universities to be able to find new talent. That's why we get involved in careers events and other events to make you aware of what's out there before you even need it. So that when you are in a position to be looking for work and you've graduated, you know where to go and can be ready. So, how to register with us? All of our vacancies are always advertised on our website, which is www.agrifj.co.uk. You can register as a candidate on the website using the Candidate Services button, and you can search for vacancies using keywords or location. You can also look at the vacancies available within your specialist division. You can set your own daily or weekly job alerts so that you can get notified of any relevant new vacancies that are advertised. And you can also contact a specialist recruitment consultant direct using their contact details from the divisional pages or the Meet the Team pages. So if you have a particular area that you're interested in and want to speak to that particular recruitment consultant in advance, that is absolutely fine. Our landline number is 01527 878 550, and you can follow us on all the usual social media platforms as I mentioned earlier. So thank you for listening. I hope you found this useful, and now there's the opportunity for questions should you like to ask me anything. That is absolutely fine. Thank you.